Hi everybody, I'm Miles and welcome to this week's Devotional. You know, there's a rumor that's been going around for a long time that goes something like this. You have to be perfect to be a Christian, or you have to be perfect to go to church. And I want to tell you that that rumor is a lie, and it couldn't be further from the truth. But there's a problem, because Jesus said in his Sermon on the Mount that his followers should be perfect as God is perfect. So if we're to be perfect as God is perfect, and yet it's a lie that we have to be perfect to be a Christian, how do we solve all of that? Well, it's a problem because what we mean when we say perfect is not exactly what Jesus meant when he said perfect. See, when we talk about perfect, or when we talk about perfection, what we mean is to be without error, to have no perfections, that there's nothing wrong, that everything is right. We mean there are no mistakes made. But that's not what Jesus was really talking about when he said, be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. He wasn't saying be perfect the way we mean perfect. What he meant was be mature, be whole, be growing closer to God. That's what he meant. He meant be mature. See, Jesus knew we would make mistakes because we're all far from perfect. You know that. You know you're far from perfect. I know I'm far from perfect. We're all far from perfect. But we can conclude that while we shouldn't willingly sin as much as possible, that would be crazy. It would be equally crazy to fear losing our relationship with God because of a particular sin. You know, God is not dangling you over hell by a thread. He wants to have a relationship with you. He wants you to grow closer to him. And sure, you'll make mistakes along the way, just like I've made mistakes along the way, but we don't have to always be in fear of losing that relationship, of that relationship being on the line because of one particular sin. So don't think that you're done, or that God is done with you because you've sinned or messed up. So we all sin every day. And anyone who says otherwise is either lying to you or they're lying to themselves, which in and of itself is a sin. But if you believe that Jesus rose from the dead, if you believe he is Lord, if you believe in his resurrection, you have nothing to fear. You have nothing to fear. So if you have that, if you have faith in Jesus, if you believe in the resurrection of him, then be mature. Besides, Jesus wouldn't tell us to be mature if he wasn't prepared to help us get there. He gives us everything that we need to get there, to be in that place. You know, one way to grow closer to Jesus, one way to be more mature is to read Scripture. It's a great way to grow closer to him. Another way is prayer. Prayer is a wonderful way to grow closer to him. So are other Christians. Well, maybe some of us, maybe not others, but no, seriously, being around other Christians is a great way for your faith to grow, for your faith to exponentially grow. It's a great way to grow closer to God. But whatever you do, whether it's those things or another spiritual discipline or all of those things, I would encourage everything you can. But whatever you do, and this is for me as well, be mature. Be mature. Grow in your faith. The worst thing you can do is stay where you are. So don't stay where you are. And remember, God's not done with me, and he's certainly not done with you. Hey, thanks so much for joining me today. Have a great rest of your week.